Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, safe, and like always, I also hope that you guys are breathing. Before we begin, I just want to say that if you hear the air conditioned noise in the background, so sorry for it, but it's just too hot for me to switch off the AC and the fan both and record, so please bear with me. Also, before we begin with the book review, I just wanted to share with you guys that we are 500 plus subscribers on my channel. And I know it's not a big number for YouTube, but it means so much to me. I'm so grateful to each one of you who have, who has subscribed to my channel, who views my video, who drops in with a nice comments, who asks me for book suggestions. And I just want to tell you guys that it means so much to me. It means the world to me. When I started the channel, my only motive, which remains till today, was to inspire more and more people to read books. Inspire them to pick up a book and give reading a try, because it is a huge part of my life and it makes me really happy, and I feel in order to grow your mind, reading is so important. So that was the whole idea, and I hope I'm able to achieve that with every video that I share here. Anyways, coming to the book review that for this week. So I finished reading Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, the famous author. Now, everyone around me is just reading Colleen Hoover's book. This is my second book by her. I had read previously It Ends With Us, and it blew my mind. I was like, what the hell? I don't know about this author. She writes amazing, she really engages you, and the plot is so interesting. And I was hoping the same with this book, and I'm not disappointed. So I absolutely love the book. But now let's come to the plot. So we have our two characters, Sydney and Ridge. Let me take you through each one of them and the plot. So Sydney is a 22-year-old girl, and she's someone who has a pretty perfect life, or a happy life, I would say. She has a steady job, she has a boyfriend, and she's living with her best friend, whose name is Tori. Now everything is going fine until it's her 22nd birthday, and she finally comes to know that her boyfriend was cheating with her all along with her best friend. So right on her 22nd birthday, in a single day, she loses both her boyfriend and her best friend, and also the apartment that these three guys were sharing. So she's basically homeless now with no boyfriend and no friend, and she's practically does not maintain contact with her parents. Now the person who broke this news to her that her boyfriend was cheating is our second character, Ridge. Now Ridge is someone who is Sydney's neighbor. How did they both meet? So Ridge used to come in his balcony every day and used to play guitar, and Sydney used to hang around in her balcony, and that's when they both connected. The connection was over music. So Ridge was someone who was suffering through writer's block. He was finding it very hard to pen down the lyrics, and every time he used to come in the balcony, he used to hear Sydney singing whenever he used to play the guitar, and that's when they both started talking about music and bonding over music. Now with Sydney having no place to go, Ridge, she finds herself staying with Ridge in his apartment along with his other roommates, because Ridge is nice person. He offers that, why don't you stay a while at my place for a few days unless you figure out another apartment. Now when Sydney shifts and she's living with Ridge, she also realizes that Ridge is not just a wonderful musician. He plays absolutely beautiful guitar that captivates her, but he is also deaf. But for some reason he's able to write the songs and perform in the band that Ridge and his brother has formed. And so now when they both are living together, they start making music together. Like I said, Sydney has really helped Ridge to overcome his writer's block, and she kind of becomes his muse. So we have Sydney writing lyrics, and we have Ridge playing the guitar. And but what's interesting is that there is an instant attraction between the two, which kind of starts when they connect with each other through their balconies. But now when they're under the same roof and they're making this amazingly captivating music together, which is a very intimate process for Ridge. They discover or they realize that there is an attraction between the two. But the problem, what it is, it's not the attraction, because it's not just, they realize that it's not the physical attraction, it is something more deeper. It is something that feels like a soul deep connection, I would say. Also, because Ridge is deaf, they constantly communicate through text messages and through laptop. So they just become the best of the friends, wherein they're either talking about music, sharing music, or they're just talking about life in general. Now the problem comes is that Ridge also has a girlfriend, Maggie, and although and that's all the more reason that Ridge and Sydney shouldn't, or they can't act on their feelings, because Ridge is someone who is deeply in love with his girlfriend Maggie, so he clearly knows that he shouldn't be acting upon these feelings. But the problem is that because they are making the music together and there is such a deep attraction between the two, they just can't seem to be ignoring, although they are really fighting hard for the honor and respect of Maggie. They're really fighting hard for those feelings, because Ridge is in a relationship and Maggie is just out of a bad relationship where someone cheated her, so she doesn't want to be the same villain or the same person who is the reason that Maggie hearts break. So they honor that and they stick to being friends. Now at this point, I think you might wonder that this sounds like a love triangle, like a typical love triangle. I'm not going to tell you how the book ends, because I'm going to save you from the spoilers, but I also don't want you to think that it's just a normal your typical love triangle and not give this book a try. I want you to give this book a try. So I'm just going to tell you a few of the things about the love triangle and in general. So yes, it's a love triangle, but it is not your typical love triangle. Trust me, there are so many twists and turns. You will just be amazed. And I think there is no cheating involved as well, because right from the very beginning, in the start, we knew that Ridge has a girlfriend, Maggie, and we also know that she's just not any random girlfriend that he's attached to. She's the love of her life, love of his life, and she's sweet, kind, and funny, and she's this amazing girl that Ridge is never going to leave, which makes the whole situation all the more complex and intense. So like I said, it's a love triangle, but not your typical love triangle. What I think eventually follows is a very complex, intense, and emotional. I think these three words are perfect to describe the plot. A very intense and emotional plot between the two, where at the end of the day, Ridge and Sydney have to decide which is the right path for them, making sure that they do not end up making a silly mistake or hurting Maggie. So this is what is, I think, the major plot of the book is. What I love about the book is the songs that Sydney and Ridge come together and make. The lyrics are absolutely beautiful. The good thing is, I'm going to include in my description that these the music that Ridge and Sydney make, which is in the book, is actually available online for you guys to listen. It's available on Colleen Hoover's official website. Also, the musician who has made these music is Griffin Peterson. He has his official account on Spotify. You can look him up. I'll add that link as well. So there he has this Maybe Someday album where you can listen these absolutely wonderful songs. I'm quickly going to read the lyrics of one of my most favorite one, which kind of describes the whole situation going on. The song is Maybe Someday, which is the title of the book, because Sydney always, whenever she looks Ridge, she feels that he is my maybe someday, which is possible, not possible. So the song goes like this: seeing something from so far away, get a little closer every day, thinking that I want to make it mine. I'd run for you if I could stand, but what I want I can't demand, cause what I want is you. And if I can't be yours now, I'll wait here on this ground till you come, till you take me away. Maybe someday, maybe someday. I tried to ignore what you say. You turn to me, I turn away. But Cupid must have shot me twice. I smell your perfume on my bed. Thoughts of you invade my head. Truths are written, never said. You say it's wrong, but it feels right. You cut me loose, then hold on tight. Words unfinished, like our song. Nothing good can come this way. Lines are drawn, but then they fade. For her, I bend. Please listen the last line carefully. For her, I bend. For you, I break. I think this was one of the most beautiful, songs in the book which they wrote together. Amazing thing is that you can listen it online, which I think is one of the best things about the book. Lastly, I have to say something that the book has left me with conflicting thoughts. So while I understand the attraction of Ridge and Sydney, and they tried really hard to not upset Maggie or not to cheat, but I still felt that somehow the other way they kind of cheated Maggie. Like Sydney ended up being the same person that Tori was to her, in a way. Like, I feel that she could have moved out the moment she realized that Ridge developed feelings for her. So yeah, towards the end I was left with some conflicting thoughts that I felt like maybe the author was poetizing the entire cheating bit. So yeah, that's pretty much what my thoughts on the book are. But like I said, it is a very it's a book that will have moments where you will laugh, moments that will break your heart, and moments where you would not want to leave the book. It's so fast paced, like I said. So I think you must definitely give this book a try. You will love it. That's all on this amazing book. I'm going to see you next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye bye.